My name is Emily Somple. I'm a local food and beverage enthusiast.
I am about to embark on a very exciting journey discovering the world of fermentation.
We're going to be talking to some amazing people who are doing some incredible stuff with food alchemy. I have no idea what I'm doing and no clue what I'm getting myself into.
I just cannot wait to get started.
Join me on my journey so we can discover together what it means to be spoiled in Sonoma. We're in Windsor, California at Beer Belly Fermentation Supply. We're about to go inside to meet the owner. Let's go. Hi Crystal, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks for having us.
Anytime. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's your fascination behind fermentation and kind of how did you get into it?
You know, I just love all things. That you can kind of create, and it doesn't really matter how long you do anything. If it's pickling, if it's kombucha, if it's beer, if it's wine, I mean, you can do it for years and years and years, and you're always going to refine that craft. I like the limitless approach to it.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the community of fermentation that you met here in Sonoma County and how that inspired you to change your business model?
Well, basically, so we opened as Beer Belly Brewing Supply for the love of beer. We have a wild, crazy love affair with beer, and that's not going anywhere. But what we've learned is that Sonoma County just has such a big boom in fermentation right now. It's crazy. We want to be able to accommodate everybody. We were lucky enough in our last facility to be right next door to a kombucha manufacturer. So that was one of my first experiences with kombucha. My kids love it. We started making kombucha at home. I love wine. Cheese is probably one of my greatest faults. I love it too much. And it just all falls under the same umbrella. So it's kind of fun that in fermentation there's some general rules that apply to everything, and then everything from there has its own little quirks. We changed our name to Beer Belly Fermentation Supply, and we're continuing to grow our inventory every week. We're bringing in new stuff, and we're hoping by the end of summer, early fall, we'll be completely stocked in all things fermentable. It's been a wild learning curve.
And you're teaching some classes here in the store as well, right?
Yes, so we're really excited about Brew Camp, which is my invention. Essentially, I had somebody come in who came in about 3 days after we opened our doors for the very first time. He comes in and he says, "Crystal, what can you teach me? I've been brewing beer for 40 years. And I said, well, I turned 33 in 2 months, so why don't you teach me something? But I went home and I really pondered it and I thought about it, and I was just thinking, what am I going to teach people who've been brewing for a long time? So I started going to local breweries and I was talking to the brewers, and I was learning so much in those visits that I decided, let's learn together. So now we approach local breweries and we have their master brewers come to Beer Belly. We feed everybody first. And then we have the brewers give a presentation on an aspect of brewing. And then we always finish up with a Q&A. So any questions people have about fermentation in general, they have an opportunity to ask the brewers and get a response, which is pretty unique to us.
So if you're interested in checking out Beer Belly Fermentation Supply and meeting Crystal, you can visit her at 371A Windsor River Road in Windsor, California. If you want to learn about classes and everything else that's going on, you can visit beerbellyfermentationsupply.com. Crystal has the widest selection of specialty grains, yeast, and hops. So cheers. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Thanks for coming.